What's up, guys? I just made a video about this album. Actually listening to it in the background. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna review some of my favorite movie series while I'm listening to this. I should probably put on like Pantera or Rob Zombie or something. It'd probably be better. But this album's kind of growing on me. It's heavier than I remember. But the video I was gonna review one of my favorite horror movie series. They have three movies, one reboot, and three seasons of this TV show. I'm talking about the Evil Dead series. I got into these movies in the 90s. I actually saw Army of Darkness where I saw any of them. Which, if you watch it and don't know what's going on, if you see the first part, why is this guy getting sucked in this tunnel and going into medieval times? And you're kind of like, well, what the hell's going on? But I got caught up, and I've got all of them now. I've only got two seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead, which sadly got canceled this year. I have not seen the third season yet. It's not out on Blu-ray. I don't have Stars, so I can't watch it yet. But I was going to kind of go through each movie, the remake, and the two seasons, and just kind of talk about it. Just kind of tell why it's like my favorite. One of my favorite horror series, Evil Dead 2, I think it's one of the best horror sequels ever. It's like my favorite horror movie. It's almost like a remake sequel, and everybody says the first one. They made the first one on a shoestring budget, and the second one too, but the second one's kind of got more quality, and it looks great on Blu-ray. It looks really, really good. It's like I'm listening to like pop music in the background, but you can believe it's Bullet for My Valentine, which is... I just can't get over a new album. Some of the songs are cool. Some of them are just like, man, what in the heck, man? But whatever, whatever floats, their boat, But I'll just jump right into it. I'll talk about the first movie in order. Talking about the first Evil Dead movie. I got this at Target really cheap. I haven't seen this one as much as the other one. I've always heard about the tree scene, if you know what I mean. Which is crazy, but I think Sam Raimi. I don't know if this is his first movie. Sam Raimi went on to do the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, which I think are still the best Spider-Man. I think Tobey Maguire is still the best Spider-Man, but Sam Raimi's just got this style. It's just kind of, he adds humor in with outrageous scenes and outrageous gore, and it's such a cool movie. I haven't watched it in a while. I watched it last year again, just to kind of, because I got Ash, the first and second seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead, so I kind of wanted to, see it. I saw it at Target for like, I think I got this for $5, maybe $10, and I had to get it on Blu-ray. But like I said, it's out of the whole series, it's probably my least favorite. I think I do like this better than the remake, but like I said, the second one's my favorite. But the Ash character wasn't as crazy as he is, wasn't as goofy as he is. But of course, it's like all this that happened to him kind of affected him to like make that way. It kind of like looks kind of cheesy. Somebody's not a horror fan, just watch it's like, oh, these horror effects are cheesy and kind of corny. But I like that. It's practical effects, and I think that still holds up. This is just a classic horror movie, though. If you're a horror fan, you gotta have this in your collection. It's just a must. And I love Bruce Campbell. He's great. He's one of my favorite actors. I'd love to meet him one day. And I hate that he's not gonna play Ash anymore. He's kind of retired the character, which I hate hearing that. That made me so sad. But he's been playing him for 30 years. So I don't blame him. He wants to do better, other things. But at least we got 3 seasons of an awesome TV show. But I'm about to watch this again. I watched it last year, but I like the second one. They say the second one's like a sequel remake, but the second one kind of picks up right where this one leaves off. But I think if you can watch the second one without watching this one, and I don't think it would even matter. But if you really want the whole trilogy, you gotta check out this one. Definitely a hope for horror fans. Of course the gore is up in the second one, and the quality's up, but even on the shoestring budget and corny special effects, this is still like a classic horror movie. I think it still holds up. It's still kind of spooky. It's got this spooky atmosphere. You know, it's kind of more spooky than the second one, I would say, but still a classic. Yeah, I love Sam Raimi's direction. I love Bruce Campbell. You can tell he hasn't been in a lot of movies in this one. The acting isn't as good as the other ones. He's not really the Ash that we come to know, you know. But he didn't really come that Ash we come to know till like the end of the second one either. So, yeah, that's just me talking about that one a little bit. Like I said, I haven't watched this one as much as the other ones, especially the second one. I don't know how many times I watched the second one. It's my favorite, but definitely, I'm definitely gonna watch. This one night, one Halloween, or this one night when I'm home by myself, I'm just gonna watch all of them back to back. You know, stay up all night and just watch all of them. You know, when I come home from work, just pop the first one in as soon as I get home, sit on the couch. But awesome. You know, being a horror fan, you gotta have this one in your collection. Very, very cool. This is like my all-time favorite horror movie. This is the best Evil Dead movie. Like I said, I want to say this is a masterpiece, but something about it I just love. I love the goofiness. I love the corniness. I love the gore. It makes a little bit of the scariness and gore. They're like, you know, this really cool way. You know, this kind of I like before this movie I've never seen before, and I could just watch it over and over again and never get tired of it because it's just you always watch and find new stuff. You know, it's just. Makes you laugh, but it's kind of creepy, but it's kind of goofy as shit. So you're just like, what? Like when I first saw it, I'm like, what is this? Like, but you know, I always liked it. But of course, Evil Dead 2. I got this version. I used to have the Anchor Bay DVD version, but I wish I would have kept that one. It's got a really cool cover. I think the cover's cooler than this one, but on Blu-ray, this looks great. Like it's 25th anniversary. It's got like documentaries on it. Talking about the makers, it's got Greg Nicotero talking about it. You know, he did the special effects on this movie, which, you know, he went on to do the special effects for The Walking Dead and a lot of, I don't know how many, countless classic horror movies, even directed episodes of The Walking Dead. This is my favorite Evil Dead movie. I just think this is where Ash came to be Ash. Of course, you know, his headless girlfriend bites his hand and he has to cut off. It gets infected with the evilness, so he has to chop off his hand with a chainsaw. Of course, you got that, you know, that famous scene, you know, and it comes to be the Ash we all know and love. And I think the special effects are better in this movie. I just think, you know, the gore is just like this turned up to like 1,000. You know, it's just. And then Bruce Campbell, he starts to lose his mind. His character starts to lose his mind in this movie, and he turns into the Ash that we know, and like I said, and love. Of course, you know, this is considered like a sequel remake. It could either pick off right when the first one left off, or it could just be a whole nother movie, you know, to start. You can tell the production's a little bit better. I think Evil Dead was just such a big kind of like underground hit that they kind of made a second one, and I think Sam Raimi kind of remade it and did a sequel too. It was kind of cool how he did it. It was a cool idea. But this is my favorite horror movie of all time. Such a cool movie. I got into it. My cousin was watching it one night. He was just watching this and Army of Darkness, which is Evil Dead 3. And I just was like, you know, what is this, man? And it just got me into it. I love like. Of course, I love horror, and I just love movies. But I love horror movies that have a sense of humor. Just kind of adds this black humor into it. You know, and I think that's really cool and really rare. I don't think horror movies like this come along all the while. I think Sam Raimi's direction is really good. Of course, you know, he just had a shoestring budget, but what he did with it, I think it was really cool, and it's just long lasting. I mean, this movie still just got a legacy to it. Which, you know, it's really cool. People are still talking about it. New generations are still getting into it, like me. And it just kind of got me into other horror movies, you know. I think this and Dead Alive, Peter Jackson's, I think it's like some of the best, you know, horror movies, you know. I just love practical effects, and this the gore turned up to 10. I think that's awesome. But very, very cool movie. I've not seen it. Like, do yourself a favor and check this movie out. I think you will not be disappointed. You might think it's stupid as hell, but, you know, it would definitely grow on you the more watches. This Blu-ray that I have is just loaded with extras. This got all kinds of stuff. The movie looks great. It's just kind of clean. They cleaned it up, and it looks really really good. They have a trailer for other horror movies before, and they have a trailer for Dead Alive, Peter Jackson's horror zombie movie, and said it was coming out on Blu-ray, and sadly it's out of print. I just have it on DVD, which is sad. Hope Scream Factory, somebody picks it up and re-releases on Blu-ray. You know, I wish I could find a copy. I just have my copy. I'm very thankful I have my copy on DVD though. But I'm gonna do a review on that movie soon. But such a cool movie. It actually ends on a cliffhanger. I'm sorry if you haven't seen it. Ash, he kind of gets in the book, the Narconomicon. I can't talk. I probably messed that all up. But to try to break the spell of the evil spirits. And he opened up the portal, and it sucked him in, and of course, carried him to medieval times, and that's where Army of Darkness picks up. But one of my favorite horror movies of all time. This movie is just a classic, and definitely it's never looked so better. I love the loading. You know, when the Blu-ray's loading, it has like a kind of icon that flashes up. Well, this one has a bloody chainsaw, so which I thought it was like awesome. But a very cool version. Check this one out if you haven't. Very cool. This is actually the first Evil Dead movie I've seen, and this version is called Army of Darkness, and I think this came out in 92, 93, might be 91. Right after Sam Raimi was kind of, he directed all of them. When he was picking up kind of some steam with directing movies like, of course, Evil Dead, and then he directed Darkman, which kind of got him a little clout before he went on to direct the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. But I've got two versions of this movie. I've got the Screwhead edition, and I've got the Scream Factory version, collector's edition. But I'll show the Screwhead version first. I got this really cheap. I think I got this at Best Buy. I think I bought it the same day I did Evil Dead 2. This version is cool. I just kind of didn't want to give it away or get rid of it, just because I love this movie. I think the goofiness, the character, this is where it starts to change. This is where Ash kind of is finally Ash through the whole movie. I think at the end of the second one, he was starting to do, say groovy and like do his lines, just starting to be the Ash that we, like I said, we know and love. And he's Ash all through. He's got so many awesome one-liners. I mean, what can I say? I mean, like I could quote him all day. Most people will not know what the fuck I'm talking about, but, quote some of these lines. But, the girl, he's like, give me some sugar, baby. It's real corny. It just makes you laugh. This is the guy he's talking to. He says that he didn't have jack shit and Jack left town. I always laugh at that. See, of course, he's telling the people, this is my boomstick. It's just hysterical. Yeah, this is like more, I wouldn't say it's a straight up horror movie like the first and second one is, and I think they return to that horror element with the show, but this is more like, I would say, an action adventure with fantasy. I think they were looking to go like through like a maybe reach a like wider audience with this one, and which is cool. I mean, I thought it was rated PG-13, but I guess it's rated R. But you tell the blood and the gore and everything's toned down, like way down. And, it's still got some horror moments, It's just got a lot of throwbacks to old horror movies. Like at the end, when the skeletons, the Army of Darkness rise up, they're all skeletons. Kind of like a throwback to Jason the Argonauts, which is really, really cool. Kind of like a tribute to Ray Housen. I don't think I'm saying Housen. I'm not going to try to say his name. I can't remember his last name. But just, movies like that, which is really cool. I like when they do that. They do little tributes like that. But this is like the first Army of Darkness movie I saw, and they have a little recap of the first and second one in the beginning. And if you haven't seen those movies, you don't know, because it doesn't have Evil Dead in the title. It's just Army of Darkness. You just like, I rented it, at the video store. I'm just watching the recap, and it's showing Ash, working at, S-Mart, and he's getting sucked in the portal at the end of the second. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, this movie didn't have any, this movie doesn't make sense. And you learn to find out that it's the third Evil Dead movie. I didn't know that at first, being young. But of course, when you find it is, it kind of makes more sense, and you kind of grow to love this movie. This is one of my favorite in Evil Dead. I think behind Evil Dead 2, this is like one of my favorite in the series. I mean, like I said, Bruce Campbell's like this turned up to 11. I mean, he's just being Bruce Campbell, with my boomstick and just being goofy as shit. Just kind of like a flawed hero, kind of like an incompetent hero. Like you wouldn't want this guy saving your day, but somehow he pulls it off. But I don't know if this has the. Oh, it has the alternative ending. My Scream Factory version, I think it's got like 4 versions of the movie, and a shitload of extras. But I want to keep this version just because I'm just a fan. But I'm gonna talk about my Scream Factory version. I got this year. I've been wanting this for a while. I think if you're gonna like get ultimate version of the movie, it'd be this one. I mean, it's Scream Factory. They loaded so many extras on here. They always do like a extraordinary job with their movies. You can tell they really care about these movies. Like most people wouldn't give a shit, but it's got 4 versions of the movie, all these documentaries. It's got 3 discs instead of 2 or 1. It's got the director's cut, the theatrical cut. It's got the international cut. I mean, and when they throw some of the deleted scenes back in, it's just so cool. I mean, it's hours just talking about this movie. I mean, you got hours of stuff on here, and of course it's got in the movie it's got Otis Driftwood, Chop Top, Bill Moseley in it playing one of the ghouls, and of course you got Bruce Campbell in 2 roles playing the bad guy and Ash. Kind of he's finally met his foe, but I love this version. I'm so glad I got it. I got it on Amazon. It was $25, but I think it was worth it. It might have been less than that. But like I said, it's got the different versions of the moon. That cool. I think it's so cool. I love that kind of stuff. Well, like I've seen that as a poster. It's really cool. But like I said, I think this is the ultimate version of the movie. If you're gonna, get a version of Army of Darkness, this would be it. I've only seen it at Best Buy one time, and I never saw it again. But like I said, Scream Factory, they always do an amazing job with these movies. But like I said, they kind of tone down the horror. I guess theater. The movie, or I guess the kind of the studio was trying to kind of reach a wider audience. Like movies like Batman and Jake Tracy Ninja Turtles were really popular in the early '90s. They were trying to go for that vibe. Probably trying to reach an audience like that. But still, it's my first exposure into the Evil Dead world, and that I come to know and love. But very cool. Such a fan. I watch this movie probably every couple months, or at least once, twice, 3 times a year, and try to watch it around Halloween. But like I said, it's probably very, very close second to the second one, but still an awesome movie in its own right. Now I guess I was going to talk about the remake in I guess 2013. When I first heard they were remaking this movie, I was totally against it. Like I was like, no, like you can't remake that movie. But I went to the theater and saw it, and it really surprised me. It kind of the movie's actually kind of scary. I think it's one of the better horror movies I've seen, and in a couple years, and this the gore and everything is just cranked up, all practical effects. It can almost be like a sequel to the other movies, because it takes place in the original cabin. They have a cameo by the Oldsmobile Cutlass car that's in all the movies. Sam Raimi always puts in his movies. They're actually, it looks like it's just kind of collecting dust and broke down on the side of the cabin, and they're just, the characters in the movie are just kind of smoking, in the car, and it's just kind of, if you're a geek, a fan of the movies, you kind of geek out when you see it. But it's actually got a pretty good story. The acting is actually pretty good. Brand new characters, all new characters. Kind of brings the Evil Dead kind of mythos, like in kind of a modern horror world. It kind of holds its own next to like all the new, Insidious and Conjuring. But I was really, really surprised. I was kind of sitting there with my mouth open. I'm just like, wow, this movie's crazy. I watched it recently again one night, and it holds up. Really, really good. Really good remake. When they make remakes, they just do it like this, And can't remember the director, Fede. I'm not gonna try to say his name, but I think he went on to direct the movie Don't Breathe, which has got the same actor that's in is it Jane Levy that played the main character in that movie too. She's a pretty good actress. I have to see her in more stuff. She kind of looks like a young Lisa Witherspoon, kind of, but really really good remake. I wish they would, if they're gonna do horror remakes, take care and remake it like this. I think Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi were involved in this, so I think they had a big hand in this. So it wasn't all like a film studio, just kind of doing their own thing. I think they probably took their time. But since they're not going to do Ash anymore, the character, they should do a sequel to this. Just kind of taking a new direction. I would totally be up for that. I would love to have some new Evil Dead movies and no Evil Dead movies, but I look forward to see what they do with the character, or these characters, and what they do with the series. This is not another remake. If they're gonna do something, a new movie, do something really, really different. But if you haven't seen this and you're kind of like me, you kind of shied away from it because you're just so tired of remakes. But give it a chance. It really surprised me. For a while, Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell would tease that they're going to come back to the series and make a fourth, Evil Dead movie, which I never came to happen. But news came, they were just going to make a show instead. And I remember in 2015 on Halloween, I saw the first episode and I loved it. I think Ash vs. Evil Dead is awesome. It's, instead of a 2-hour movie, you get so many hours of Ash, just being Ash, and this is craziness, and the story's good. The production for a show is really good, and here's the first season, and kind of picks up Ash is just kind of living in a camper he pulls with this cutlass, and he has two new characters. He's got let's see, Pablo and I think it's Kelly. And it's kind of funny, kind of the banner. They all three of them they're kind of like demon hunters or monster hunters. Just kind of like a better supernatural and it's got a lot of classic rock in this show, which I love. Like the first episode's got Deep Purple. I think it's Space Truckin', which it's kind of weird because it's spooky and it kind of fits with the show. Ash has got an 8-track he's listening to in his car, but it's got so many memorable scenes. I mean, Ash has got so many one-liners. It's you're watching a long 12-hour movie of Ash vs. Evil Dead 4, and I can't wait the third season to come out on Blu-ray. I can't wait to see it because I missed it, But if you love the Evil Dead movies and you've not seen this, do your favor and check this out. I love this. I thought it was great. I mean, I was really, really kind of skeptic about it. I'm like, you know what? I hope this is good. I hope this don't suck, But I saw the first episode and I was in love with it. But the episodes are only 30 minutes long. But you can play it, just press all on the Blu-ray and it'll play all of them. I don't know if I like this one or the second season. I almost like the second season better, but I love this one too. It's got the gore is this turned up. It's they mix the goofiness of Army of Darkness with the gore of Evil Dead 2. I mean, the gore is just turned up, and the special effects are amazing. I think Greg Nicotero came back and did the special effects, which is amazing, But I think he even directed some of them and wrote some of the episodes. And of course, Sam Raimi came back and directed some of it. And it's his direction. I mean, it looks like an Evil Dead movie come to TV. I mean, they did not let the fans down. It's awesome. So especially if you're an Evil Dead and Ash fan, you're gonna love this show. So cool. I was devastated that they canceled it, but stuff like that doesn't really. It's kind of for the cult fans, They probably I'm sure each season's really expensive, but I'm still sad that they don't have it anymore. They canceled it. But I love the character of Ash. like I said, it's got some new characters. You know, I love Pablo. He's a funny character, and Kelly's pretty cool too. And Lucy Lawless, I can't remember her character. Her character's kind of like floats in between a bad guy and a good guy. I don't know, but anyway, it's just second season. Excuse me, of Ash versus Evil Dead. I think I like this one better, but I think it kind of like the thing that thing it kind of about this season. I think it kind of goes over the top with everything. But I think the first season had a good mixture of everything. This just kind of goes way over the top, and sometimes Ash is too fucking goofy. I don't know, but I mean it's still Ash, still Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's always great. But like I said, when my wife got this for our anniversary last year on Halloween, and I think I sat there one night and watched all of it. You know, I was just like in one night or two nights, and I loved it. I thought I was just sitting there laughing, and I had this in a 6-pack, I think, and this watching. I was just like, this is so awesome. You know, it's like this is the best present my wife can give me, which is kind of funny, kind of sad too, I guess. But like I said, the season was great. They could have ended the season or the whole character on this note. And they could have made a third season, but I'm glad they did. I can't wait to see it. I hope the third season will end on a cliffhanger and then you just don't get anything else. That would really suck. But they did such a good job with this. This, you know, I think the characters are kind of growing in their own in this. They're kind of this kind of like the characters are kind of going. You see other parts of Ash you never really seen before, and it's all the characters and a couple episodes they go back in time and they go to like you know, the timeline of the original Evil Dead 2, which is really cool. Go back to the cabin. I thought that was like amazing. Like as a fan, I kind of nerded out. I was like, wow, that's so cool. And but I can't wait. Like I said, I can't wait to see the season 3. Like I said, I watched this in like I think one night. I think all 12 episodes. It was really really nerdy, but I can't wait to see season 3. I know Bruce Campbell said he's not gonna play the character anymore, which is really sad. But I mean, I totally understand. I mean, how many years has he been playing it? He's probably tired of going to horror conventions and people nerding out on him, you know. But it's cool. But like I said, it's just kind of the end of an era, end of the character. Like I said, I hope they do something really cool. You know, I hope they just don't do a remake. You know, I'm tired of remakes. But I hope they just do like either make a sequel to the 2013 or maybe Bruce Campbell changed his mind one day and put a book into like this, you know, this character. I mean, it's just kind of like got this cult status, and that's you know, they kind of made this show for the fans, and it's kind of surprising me in this day and age that they don't make anything for the fans, you know, and they did, and they probably didn't make any money doing this, you know, but I don't know if it was the ratings were bad or the stars, you know, nobody was getting stars, which is sad. I would love to see a couple more seasons. Especially, you know, see what Ash would end up doing, what they would have kept doing with the character. But very cool. I think I like this better than The Walking Dead, you know, as a show wise. But I think it's kind of more creative and stuff. But well, I'm glad we got, you know, it's like instead of one movie, we got like 5 movies, you know, at the time length. You know, I think each one of these are 12 hours. But very cool. I never would have thought I would be holding this in my hand, you know, but I am. But very, very cool. If you're a fan, definitely check this out. But very cool. Just reading, you know, some of my favorite horror movies. Like I said, that's probably my favorite horror series of all time. I was gonna do some more, you know, in the future, and just review random movies, random albums, and just talk about, you know, why I love it and stuff. But anyway, have a good 4th. Have a good week. Thanks for watching.